for Harvey survivors. Oh, that was actually a sad headline. Wow. Okay. I was just reading random text off of the newspaper, and then by the end of it, realized it was about the hurricane victims, and, well, that's a good way to start, because we're going to be talking about angst and death.
We're recording.
Oh, great.
By the way.
We're recording! And I've already made an ass of myself. Nice. Welcome to the shit show again.
Donkeys are cute.
Yes.
Hi.
So, we're back with more alcohol. More headcanons and more shit ideas.
Yeah.
Drink to that.
My dad brought home bananas, so we're having peanut butter banana sandwiches.
And alcohol.
Yep. Learn from the wise, kids. Always put one whole banana in your peanut butter banana sandwich.
Yes. If
Don't
you do,
skimp. If you want friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't, then put less than a banana, like the sad creature you are.
Yeah, if you're, like, trying to get rid of people, maybe put, like, 3 slices on.
Or, you could go for, I want massive friends now, and just shove an entire unopened bunch in between 2 pieces of bread with some peanut butter and call it a day.
It's a banana friend sandwich.
It's a banana friend sandwich. If you really want a banana friend sandwich, put a real friend inside of it. Make it better.
The best of friends taste the best. I just realized we're eating peanut butter and we're going to be trying to talk.
Because Golla makes me choke again.
Bye. I'm not
I'm gonna
bye.
grab water.
Really?
Like the responsible adult I am.
What's water?
H2O.
Oh. What a whore.
No, actually, please don't drink H2HO. It will not end well for you.
Why?
Dad, well, I mean, it might end very well for you if, like, that's your intended purpose, but, like...
Yeah. Why?
Where did my water go?
I don't know. I can barely function right now. You found it, I see.
Wait, never mind. I think I'm thinking of H2O2. Because...
I'd like some H2O too. But he didn't die.
What would... That would be an Whoa, yeah.
2 scientists walks into a bar. One says, I'd like some H2O. And the other one says, I'd like some H2O too, please.
Oh.
And they both got glasses of water, and the one scientist was sad because his murder plan failed.
Yes. Because his bartender wasn't a fucking idiot. Unlike some of them.
Oh, that's true. Aren't you a bartender?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay.
Hey, yes, I'm responsible for giving other people alcohol.
Okay.
I'm very good at it.
I'm a bartender too, but my people are very less friendly. If they don't get their coffee, they get...
I give them alcohol. They feel much better afterwards.
Oh, yeah. Mine just get more annoying.
Yeah.
So what are we doing today, Nana? Oh, God.
I'm glad you asked, Golla.
Oh, boy!
Oh, boy is right.
I do so love learning new things.
Learning new things is a great thing. So, to give a little bit of a background... By the way, I am still dying, so if you hear me coughing or hacking or blowing my nose, it's just normal.
Got me water!
That's what I said I was going to do.
Oh
I
my
care
God.
about you deeply.
That's so nice.
Thanks. I'm not an asshole. Contrary to popular belief, I'm not a bitch. Golla's giggling at me over her glass of water.
I have a joke, but I won't say it.
Do it!
You're my bitch.
Yeah!
Yeah!
It's not a joke,
So
that's truth!
ashamed.
It's not a joke, that's truth! What you talking about?
I'm sorry.
Don't apologize, that was fantastic.
Thank you.
How long have you known me? Puns and jokes and terrible, terrible jokes
How
are
long
my
has it
bread and
been?
butter. I think... Did we didn't meet my freshman year, did we?
No, I was old. I'm the oldest of all my friends. So we met would have been my fourth year of college. Mm-hmm. No, it might have been junior. Because I was just going into the media arts program.
Okay. Well, I must have been a sophomore then, because it was... Yeah. It was fairly... Yeah, no, it was sophomore year, because that was the same year that I met, Elle.
Oh, okay.
Because she showed up to my birthday party, and that was how we met. We went to Perkins at 12:30 in the morning in our pajamas, like, our entire wing, because I happened to walk into the common room at, like, 11:30 at night, and they were all up and watching a movie or something, and somehow the subject of, like, birthdays or something came up, and I was like, oh yeah, it's my birthday in, like, an hour, and they were like, well, we gotta do something about it, and they were like, what's open? They were like, Perkins, and I was like, I'm in pajamas already, do I have to change? They were like, no. I said,
Perkins.
Cool. I said, I'll put on my outdoor slippers, and then they were like, can we put on our pajamas too? I went, fuck yeah! Let's do it. So we went to Perkins, like, 15 of us, at 12:30 in the morning, so, like, midnight 30, full on in our pajamas, and bless their souls at Perkins, they did not bat an eye. It was packed.
They work at Perkins. I'm pretty sure they've seen some weird shit.
It was a 24-hour... The thing is, we walk in, there was an entire table playing board games in the corner, and we were like, why didn't we bring board games? That would have been the best thing ever.
Welcome to Perkins.
Welcome to Perkins.
Yeah. Elle, I love her. She's scary.
Elle is terrifying, but she is the best person you're ever going to meet.
Yeah, she is the impulse control of this group.
Which is mildly scary, seeing as how sometimes she just goes, do it.
And then we do it. There are no regrets.
No regrets.
Never a regret.
No regrets.
Yeah, first time I met Elle.
Oh, Jesus. This was a fantastic story.
So, she was a freshman that year. And, you know, I was a very advanced upperclassman. You know, I had been doing musicals now. I was in the chorus for the past 2 years. But she was a freshman, and she needed to assert dominance to the group, because if you've ever worked with college boys, they want to do zero of what you have to do to get ready for a performance. Like, they will do everything in their power not to do what needs to be done. So, I was getting ready to go, and this little old lady comes up to me. She's got a cane, and she's like, oh, hello, dearie. Can you tell me where this building is on the campus? And I was like, so I gave her directions, you know, and she was like, oh, I don't know if I'll remember that. So I'm like, okay, I will help you get across campus. So I walked this little old lady across campus, excuse me, booked it back to the Choraleers practice, and whoo, mama, that elle's got some lungs. She took me 2 ways to Tuesday. And now here's me. I'm like, I deserve this.
Yeah, no, even though you completely fucking didn't.
I deserve this, and I just take it, and, you know, that's that. I kind of avoid her after that, because I'm scared. You know, me, a big, strong, scary upperclassman, frightened by a freshman. I'm like that dog, you know, small dogs, death before Benjamin says Bob. He keeps beeping because I unplugged him.
Oh, Bob,
and
why?
Big dogs are like, you push them over and they're like, the ground! It's so nice. There's so much I could do. I could roll. I could get a tummy rub. I could take a nap. And that's me. I just kind of let it all go. The ground is a fun place to be. And so, a few years later, it was about 2 years. Yeah, because I was in the cafeteria. Because I was mad because I always bought you dinner, and the school changed the rules about how I could use my dinner swipes, and I was very upset.
Oh, yes.
And I argued with this girl. I got you that dinner.
Yeah, we got the dinner.
Yeah, we got the dinner.
I lived off campus, and I would still come in, and Golla would buy me dinner, because she had swipes and things, and then the people in the cafeteria were assholes about how we could use the swipes and change it. So we were allowed to
take food out of the cafeteria, so I would just be like, hey, what do you want? And then I would bring it out with my one swipe. They lost money.
Yep.
Yeah. So, Elle was there with us one day because we were getting ready to start the nerd club.
Yes.
Pizza!
Yeah, by the way, we literally started a nerd club at our college because we were like, we need friends.
We were lonely, and we wanted to do stuff.
Shush.
And so we were starting this news club, and Nana here was our president.
Oh, fuck.
Ooh, toasty. I was our vice president, and Elle was our secretary. And my brother, he was in charge of entertainment.
He was very entertaining.
Lord never let me give him a job ever again. Hey, do you have this done? No. It's tomorrow. Yeah. He always had it done somehow had it done.
Yeah, he doesn't sleep. He literally would stay up all night doing the thing.
That is not my fault.
No, it was definitely his own choice.
His own fault. I didn't teach him that.
In his own words, he did that so he had to have a deadline because he was like, well, if I don't get this done before classes in the morning, I won't be able to get it done and then I'll get yelled at. So I leave it until the last moment because I know it's going to take 8 hours. So it's just, I have to get it done before the sun comes up.
Yeah. Believe it or not, he's actually graduating by the time this goes up. It's a week from now. So he'll be graduating in like 2 days now. He has a business degree, and I'm so proud of him because I don't know how he did it. But back to Al.
He's a successful adult, contrary to popular belief, and
how did we do
current
this?
company.
How did we do this? No, we both have good jobs. I mean,
so proud of my boy.
I'm so proud of him. Now, if every time I looked around I didn't see his face everywhere, it would be great. All I can see is, like, stop. Can hear his Excalibur laugh ringing through the halls of our house.
Yes.
But back to Elle.
Back to Elle.
So, we were meeting up, and at this point, I wasn't quite scared of her anymore because I had worked with her a little bit, and we were currently on a theater production together. She was our manager, and I was one of the actors. And so I wasn't quite as scared of her anymore. We were hanging out. We were getting ready to do this club. And so we got in. We got Nana's food, got all that sorted out. And I was talking, and I was like, man, I really hope that girl doesn't think I'm a bitch. And she goes, wait, you're not? Completely joking. And it took me a moment for me to be like, and now we're friends forever. So I think the moral of the story is, look for the people who will call you a bitch to your face because they'll be your best friends. Because instead of saying it behind your back, they'll tell it to you to your face.
Yep.
So you never have to worry about backstabbing. Yeah.
I believe in my first meeting, both with Golla and with Elle, they both at some point were just like, you are so weird. I like you. And I was like, yep, you're mine now. Yep. We'll be friends forever.
Yep.
I believe Elle eloquently put, and I have it saved somewhere, but she eloquently compared becoming friends with me, Nana, to the 5 stages of grief. Instead, she called it the 5 stages of getting to know Nana.
I skipped like 3 of those.
Oh, and the way she explained it, it's good. You either go through them very, very slowly over the course of like a year.
Get whiplash.
Or you get whiplash because you go through it in 5 minutes and then we're best friends.
Are you kidding? It was 2 seconds.
Oh yeah, it was literally 2 seconds.
You literally appeared out of air. I'm pretty sure there was like a puff of smoke.
And there was!
Did you say Danny Phantom? And I went, yeah, absolutely terrified because I was like, nobody talks about Danny Phantom except me because I'm a nerd.
And the clincher was when you said...
And I was like, I was putting stuff in my bag and you go, is that Gurren Lagann?
Yes.
And I was like, yes. And then
I said, have you watched Dude, That's My Ghost?
And I was like, yeah.
And we were instant besties. It was strike 1, strike 2, strike 3, home fucking run.
Yeah, there was no build up. It was boom, this happened.
0 to 100 and we're best friends
God
now.
was like, and those two shall be friends.
Amen.
Oh,
so fucking good. No, okay, so the best part though,
more.
we really should go to church more. I don't think I've gone to church in the last like month and a half.
Yeah. I worked through Easter.
Oh. See, I went to the sunrise service. My favorite service of the entire year is we have Easter sunrise service at 6:30 in the morning out at our cemetery. So we have church outside.
That sounds awful.
No, it's wonderful. Like, most of the thing is,
This is Gala saying it's awful. Nana loves early morning stuff like that.
Okay, I'm fine as long as I'm up before the sun is awake.
Oh, okay.
Then I'm fine to be awake. If the sun is already up, do not wake me up until 9 in the morning.
Yeah.
If I'm awake before the deadly laser, I'm fine. But if I wake up and
deadly.
I'm looking the deadly laser in the face and it's just like, good morning, I'm like, fuck you!
Friend, I'm here to see you!
No.
Go away.
Go away.
Kind of like my brother.
Go burn someone else.
I wake up and there he is.
Give me my night wife back.
Why are you here?
Why are you here? I exist.
Great. Why are you in my bedroom?
Go exist somewhere else, please.
I get home from work and I'm like dying. And you and I cuddled up and we watched My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
He will literally fall on top of me and be like, so what are we doing? Have you watched Gintama yet?
Jesus.
I'm like, no, I haven't watched fucking Gintama. Quit asking me. I will get to it.
It's so good. Yeah, no. I'm the good wife. I greet you happily at the door. I'm like, I'm so happy to see you. And it's like, yeah, you're tired. Let's just like lay down and cuddle and chill. And like, that's me. I'm like, I don't care what we're doing. I would be fine just laying next to you and having I'm a cat. I stick my foot on your leg and just go, affection.
It feels so good.
Yeah, by the way, I'm also made of ice. I'm like 5 degrees cooler than the average human. I concern my doctors because they're like, okay, so like your internal body temperature is like 94 or 95 degrees, which is like a solid 3 degrees cooler than most normal humans. I have 100% oxygen saturation in my blood, like things like, so I'm literally perfectly healthy other than the fact that like I have humoral immune deficiency, which essentially I don't have an immune system. But like other than that and being cold all the time, and like I don't feel cold. I just feel cold to everyone else, and everyone's like, "Oh, you're a walking corpse." That's not a surprise. Like that actually makes a whole lot of sense.
Huh. Jesus,
no.
Oh.
Thank God not.
Oh, thank God. We would be in so much trouble.
If I was in charge of the fate of the world, we'd done to be fucked.
We'd done be fucked.
Yeah. But anyway,
you're nice to cuddle with though, because you're nice and cold.
I know.
And thermostat's broken at work.
Yeah.
I won't let that go.
I have been called.
I haven't fixed it in 2 weeks. We're dying.
Yeah. I have been told though that I'm like cuddling a chunk of steel. So like.
What? Who told you that?
That was a little unfortunate. A past boyfriend.
Oh.
He's still one of my best friends. He's still one of my best friends.
But cushy.
Yeah.
Though,
I mean, I have gotten cushier since I stopped. When I did sports,
Your butt's
that's understandable. Yeah, my butt is squishy. I have a nice butt.
Squishy.
I'm part of the itty bitty titty committee, so like not much in the racks, but I do got a booty.
Got that booty.
I have affectionately been told that my gender is dad ass, and I love it, and that's true.
Yeah.
Yes, but what was I saying?
Oh
no! But the best part of remember this interaction, the interaction between Gala and Elle meeting, was the fact that when Elle later found out why Gala was late, she was so appalled at herself and was like, Gala, you should have just told me. I would have forgiven you. I feel like such a terrible person. You were being a good citizen. You literally helped a little old lady cross the campus. And I got mad at you for that. She's like, you had a legitimate reason. And Gala's just like, no, I was late. It should have been my fault. It was my fault for being late. Like, it's okay. You should have yelled at me. It's like, Gala, no.
She's still mad at me about that. She's still bitter.
She's still bitter. She's like, I am now eternally a terrible person for doing this.
Like, there's nothing wrong. The professor would have chewed me out too. Like,
Yeah.
we're not,
Yes.
Although she never fired a Nerf gun at me. So, there's that.
That's so much fun.
I know.
Which light is this?
Well, you see, I actually learn my lines, so I didn't have to worry when it came to 1 a.m, and my brother couldn't remember his lines. And she's sitting there pelting him with Nerf darts.
Tunk. Tunk.
Him and these other guys who can't get their lines down. And the rest of us are sitting there dying because it's 2 days to showtime, and these little shits don't have their lines memorized. And the professors are like, oh, okay, have fun and leave us alone.
I'll get you more water.
I'm like, yeah, we're gonna get stuff done that way. And then she's like, okay, we're doing this. We're not leaving till we're doing this. Did I mention she's scary?
She's terrifying.
Yeah.
She's a force of nature.
She gets stuff done, though. You know you can use the fridge, right?
I tried the other day. It might just be me. I think it wasn't working.
No, it doesn't work well.
Oh, you have to wait! Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, that's new, actually.
Also, the light didn't turn on last time. Okay, I have, if you remember
Our
from last...
nozzle is broken, though, so it's not you, probably.
If you remember
probably.
from... It's probably me. I literally kill technology.
Okay.
Yeah, if you remember from last podcast, when I fought the garage door opener for like 20 minutes! 20 fucking minutes yesterday! I was almost late to lunch with a friend. Good thing I can run fast. I'm not intelligent. I'm highly intelligent. I have no wisdom.
I was so scared. I was afraid of how I was going to explain to my parents that my friend broke the garage door.
No. Okay, so like I don't know how to
happened twice.
Okay, I don't know how to work an automatic garage door opener because I am poor and all of the technology at my house is literally like 30 years old. So we have our garage door opener is your arms.
Nana, you hit a button.
Okay, but it wouldn't work. I tried the keypad thing on the outside and it wouldn't close. And every time I hit the button inside and tried to like duck and roll underneath the garage door, I waited until it was like a foot off the ground and rolled underneath and it still fucking saw me and lifted back up. Door. And I was like, just let me die if it is so to be.
And it still worked well.
What?
My parents are cheap. Do you think we bought an expensive garage
No,
door?
it doesn't matter. It still worked well enough to thwart me. Freaking smart person in the class can't work a fucking garage door.
Well,
Jesus. Okay, no, but I actually do, like, did I tell you that Em and I figured out why I kill technology? That literally, like, because a lot of times, like, laptops or, like, things that run off electricity will malfunction around me. Mm-hmm. We figured out why it was, and we figured it out because when we lived in the dorms, I slept in the top bunk, and I was right by the fluorescent strip lighting.
Yeah.
One time, in the dead of winter, when I am full of static electricity, I sat up and I stretched, and I put my hands up by the light, and it flickered. The light was not on, but I generate enough static electricity, enough electrical charge, that I can light up a light just by putting myself by it.
There's only one obvious explanation, Nana.
I am not human.
No. It's like you're Thor.
Oh, God. I am the god of thunder! Yay! Where's my hammer? I want to smash things.
You can have the cat.
I could have the cat.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with the cat.
You can't have the cat.
Oh.
She's Loki.
I want the cat. Damn it, Loki! Damn it, Loki!
Yeah.
Not again. I would fall for that trick again and again and again.
Again and again. What a cute kitty. I love that kitty. Kitty
Ah!
stabs.
Blurg, it's me!
He ruined snakes for me. He pretended to be a snake because he knew I loved snakes. So I picked him up and he proceeded to stab me.
He was like, Blurg, it's me! And proceeded to stab me. Yes.
All before breakfast.
All before breakfast.
And he forgave him too. That's true sibling love.
True sibling love.
Yep.
I can stab you and still... You
I've
can
only
stab
been
me
stabbed once by my siblings.
I've been stabbed multiple times. I only have one sibling, though.
Okay.
We frequently stabbed each other.
My siblings are very bad at stabbing.
We were very good at it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, it was like intentional stabbing. Like we were play fighting and things like that.
Okay.
Just like, you know, with real knives.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
we were only allowed. We never fought each other when we actually had like malicious intent towards each other, or if we were mad at each other, because then that would lead to like actual injuries and things like that, and like that's never a good way to deal with your anger. So like if we were actually angry with each other or anything like that, we just like went our separate ways and let ourselves cool down, and then we would come back together and like talk about stuff and like work out our problems.
And then you fight with the knives.
Yeah, because it was fun and we needed to train.
Yeah, of course.
For things.
We were one of my coworkers has a knife collection, and my another coworker was like, she has all these knives, but she can't use them. And I'm like, yeah, if you're gonna own knives, you might as well know how to kill somebody. That sounded terrible.
It sounded beautiful. I mean, you're not wrong.
Right? Yeah.
There's...
If you're gonna own your knives, you might as well know how to wield them, because when the apocalypse, if
If, when
when the apocalypse rolls around, you're gonna need those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should literally should always be prepared for the apocalypse.
You might as well have your knives ready to go, because I turned to my coworker the other day after, it was, 7 hours of our 9-hour shift was just straight people all ordering 5 drinks at a time.
Oh, God.
And we got done, and I turned to her and went, we'd survive the apocalypse. Jesus would have to come down and be like, guys, I have to smite you.
I'm sorry.
Jesus. Take me.
Take me from this world.
On second thought, wait, no take backs.
No take backs. Already smiting. Too late.
See? Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
In God's voice, just do it already.
Just do it already.
End the suffering.
That was something strange that when I came out here, how many people out here, like, thought it was a strange topic of conversation to talk about, like, apocalypse prep, or, like, how, like, unprepared most people are out here for a disaster at any given point, because you can tell the people that grew up on the West Coast, because the sirens go off out here, and we're already moving, like, not even consciously thinking, because it's, you better get done what you're doing and be where you're supposed to in less than 2 minutes flat, or you're gonna die. Because, I mean, like, out there, if the mountain's blowing up, you probably have 30 seconds to get get your stuff and get to safety before, like, a volcanic cloud comes down and consumes your body and soul with inferno fire. Or like the tsunami. It's, you better not waste those 5 seconds staring terrified at the ocean, because that could be the difference between life and death. And, like, I say that and it sounds like a joke, because literally everything I say sounds like a joke, but I'm dead serious that, like, that can be the difference between life and death. And sometimes you just have to accept your death, because it's like, the sirens are just there to be like, oh yeah, you're gonna die in 5 minutes. Like, there's really nothing you can do. Just, like, find someone and hug them.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's a strange place to grow up.
I don't know if you've noticed out here, but when our sirens go off...
You go outside and stand in the fucking street looking at the funnel cloud coming down to pick you up off of the earth.
God is coming to greet us.
God is coming to greet us with death.
We were actually driving to Nebraska one time to visit family, and I was driving, and I was just this nervous wreck, because all the way from, like, entering Iowa to, it was about through,
Nebraska.
Yeah, we were about halfway through Nebraska, about an hour away from Grandma's house, and my dad was just chilling at that point. He drove the first half, and he was like, okay, have fun. And so I was sitting there, both hands on the wheel, absolutely losing it, because I was trying to keep the freaking bus of a van on the road.
Oh, geez, because the wind.
That was back when we had that huge red van.
Yes.
Oh,
God.
Oh my gosh, did we ever show you a picture of that thing?
I think you did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did.
Yeah, loved that thing. So comfortable to ride in, but man, did it catch everything the Lord threw at it.
Yes.
And so we're driving. I'm trying to keep this bus of a van on the road, and all of a sudden my dad goes, "Oh, hey, look!" And in front of us, coming our way, this funnel cloud starts to descend, and I'm like, we're so fucked. We're gonna die. And my dad likes, oh, cool, look at it, it's so cool.
What did you do?
Died.
Oh.
Obviously.
I've been talking to a ghost this whole time.
Obviously.
Finally! Friend! I'm dead too!
No, we made it.
I don't have to keep a secret anymore.
It was awful, and my sister pointed and laughed at me. Thank you.
Here, let me pop it open for you, like a good friend I am.
You are a good friend. And
I'm
so,
actually going to toss some of these in the fridge, because
we get there, and my sister goes, that sucks. And I went, thanks.
So good.
And so it's kind of like, we've had that happen a lot to us before, though. It just happened the first time I was driving. And so, because when we were young, we were driving through Illinois, because my parents thought it would be a good idea we were going to Florida because my great uncle had just passed away, and he left us a little bit of money, so my parents were like, you know what? We're going to go to Disneyland. And go to Disneyland we did.
Beautiful.
Yep. Yeah, there's nothing better than having a double ear infection in Daytona Beach while you're staying in a hotel that hasn't been cleaned, and you have to sit in a waiting room for 5 hours because your parents have to meet with the retail people who are trying to sell them more timeshare, or to sell them a timeshare, and they have to sit there for 5 hours saying no, and you lay there suffering, and you go to the emergency room, and you have 5 doctors holding you down because the pain is so unbearable.
Oh, jeez.
You can't function. That was that trip. And then...
That was that trip. No big deal.
Yeah. It kind of rivals Canada for my birthday. My parents were like, let's take this road up into Canada.
Where did you go?
Well, I was fine. You know, I get really car sick. And so we were fine until we had to cross this river.
Oh,
Actually, it wasn't a river. It was a huge-ass lake. And we get on this boat, and all of a sudden, these other cars pull on. And suddenly, I'm in a car. I get car sick. Turns out I get seasick as well.
Yeah.
And so here I am on my birthday, sitting in this car on top of a boat surrounded by semis.
Oh, Jesus.
Just little me is puking in a bag, and my family's out on the deck like, oh, this is so cool. I'm like, guys, how?
You're just suffering.
They're just suffering.
Oh, my
My tiny little grandma, she reminds me of that little old lady. I hope she was like, oh, this is so nice. And I'm like, Grandma, no.
Help! Grandma, I'm suffering.
I'm suffering. Oh my god. So we made it back to the hotel that night, and that's about all I remember. Jeez. It was so bad. That was actually out in Idaho. We went to Idaho that year.
You went to Canada from Idaho? Yeah. What'd you do, drive through the mountains? What the fuck is up with your family? You make poor decisions.
It was cheaper to drive than to fly.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So...
Wait, were you intending to go to Canada or just, like, on a whim decide, let's go to Canada?
Well, I wasn't intending to go to Canada, if that's what you're wondering.
Oh,
and
did they tell you you were going to Canada at any point?
The day of.
Oh, Jesus.
And so we...
Oh, by the way, we're going to a different country. Yeah.
We get back, we had no problem getting into Canada. Here's what's funny. Canada, we didn't have any passports or anything. This was not too long after 9/11. We didn't have problem getting into Canada, like... You know, we didn't have passports, but they were like, yeah, come on in, have a good time in Canada. We get back to the United States. We had to give them all of our information. They had to have all of our social security numbers. They quizzed us. They took us all like into separate places and were like, where are you from? What do you do? What do your parents do? Who are your parents? Did you bring anything perishable back? Did you bring anything you weren't supposed to back? And, like, I collect rocks. And so, unless it specifically says, don't take rocks from this place, I'm like, oh, this is a pretty rock, and I pocket it. I have them all in my room. And so, I was like, no, because I thought I was going to get arrested because I was a little girl who took a rock from Canada.
Jeez.
And here's my brother. My brother did the same thing. Later we were talking, he was like, oh, thank God, I thought I was the only one.
No.
And I was like, oh, geez. So we got back. Well, we were still going through, and they're like, where do you guys go to school? We go to St. Mark's Lutheran School. And turns to my mom, what do? I'm a Lutheran school teacher. Turns to my dad, I'm a Lutheran school teacher. Turns to my aunt, and she goes, I'm a Lutheran school principal.
I'm a principal.
And at that point, we're all trying not to just lose our collective shit. And she turns to my grandma and goes, let me guess, a Lutheran pastor's wife or something. And she goes, oh no, I'm a retired nurse.
I'm a retired nurse.
But if it's any consolation, yes, I am Lutheran.
I am. Oh, great, a bunch of Lutherans.
I am very much Lutheran. And that explains everything.
Yep, same.
You're here. Oh my gosh. So, Lutherans fear no death.
Nope. We welcome the sweet embrace of it.
Yeah, it's very true. After you've worked with church people all your life, you're definitely ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You feel me.
I feel you.
Oh, man.
Helped with enough VBS and soccer camps.
Oh, tornadoes. Continue.
Fucking tornadoes!
Tornadoes.
Jesus Christ!
I was talking about Illinois. I'm sorry, I got off track.
That's okay. No, I love how this has just turned into story time with Gala and Nana, talking about our shitty lives and the poor decisions we and those we surround ourselves with make.
Oh my gosh, we should tell him about the drug bust.
Oh my god! That wasn't even... This is the best night of my fucking life!
None of us have ever done drugs in our lives!
I've only accidentally gotten high once, and it was in 6th grade on spray paint with the entire rest of my class because we were painting scenery with 2 cans of spray paint in hand each in a tiny little unventilated garage, and it was the best fucking thing. I took care of 14 very, very, very high girls.
Very high girls.
Very high. So, my friend T, she pulled a Deku. She had no memory of the previous day. She thought it was the day before when she came to school. Okay, so at one point after we got high, I realized that after I looked up at my friend H and couldn't see her across the piece of scenery we were working on, and I looked up at her and I was like, hey, I can't really see your face. And I looked around and was like, everyone else is kind of acting like, kind of funny, like, loopy, maybe running into stuff, and like, someone was sitting in the corner just going, wee, and spinning their hand in the air, and I wasn't quite sure what happened, and then I was like, oh, there's this whole, it's smoggy in here, and like, I can't really see to the outside, and I was like, oh no. I went, hey guys! And they were like, yeah? I was like, we should go outside, it's really nice out there, and they were like, yeah, so I convinced everybody to, because I then realized why I had a headache, and it was because I was fighting the fact that I was high. Apparently I can automatically make myself sober, the trade-off is I have a massive headache. So I got everybody outside and convinced them, like, yeah, give me all your paint cans, so I'll watch over them, it'll be safe. You guys just, like, lay in the grass, because it's nice, and breathe some fresh air, and they're like, yeah, you're so nice, this is a good idea, and I'm like, oh god. I'm like, well, I'm gonna go find an actual adult, the one that put us in and left me in charge of these yahoos and put us in this place to do this in the first place. And I went and found Mr. S, and I said, Mr. S, he went, oh no. I went, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I said, look at them over there. And he was like, oh no. And I said, yeah, they all high as fuck. And he was like, what about you? I said, I'm fighting it. And I'm the only sober one right now. I have a high tolerance. I was like, so
yay,
we're not doing
grass.
this. Yay, grass! Literally, one of the girls rolled down the hill. We had this giant hill, and she was like, "Yay, grass!" and rolled. So no, but the best part was when I walked back over to them, and they were catcalling a girl a really pretty lady that was walking by, like outside the fence. We're a bunch of 6th grade girls. Obviously, none of us are straight now. I figured that out in 6th grade.
Congratulations.
Yeah, none of us were straight, I found out, because this real pretty lady walked by, and collectively all the girls were like, woo, like, she's so pretty, and then they all decided to like go, woo, and like shake their hips at her, because apparently that's like the mating call of something, I don't know. They were high. They were very high, and I'm like, girls, we have a cover to keep. You can't, your gay is showing. Your gay is showing so hard. And the lady was just kind of like, hi, and then just speed walked away. And then
probably in heels too, right?
Oh, in heels. She was darn fabulous. And I kind of, like she was speed walking away, and I just kind of waved at her, was like, I'm sorry. And she was just kind of like, it's okay.
I like that kid.
I'm just like, oh, I see what you have to deal with. It was like, we made eye contact, and she was just like, I'm sorry, honey. And I'm like, it's okay. I deal with this on a daily basis.
Oh,
that's so funny. And then T proceeded to turn, point at some point, I don't even know what she was pointing at, across the playground, and went, oh my god, Rihanna's a purple dinosaur! And just sprinted the fuck across she was gone. She was gone. She just, I don't know where she went. She just booked it. And I went, well, see ya. I tracked her down later, and I don't know, someone took care of her. It was great.
But not my problem.
I was like, well, you've left the herd. You're not my problem anymore. Do what you do. Godspeed, my girl. Don't jump off any cliffs. Thank God we don't have any, because you'd probably be like, I can fly!
Oh, jeez.
Until you hit the ground.
Or the ocean.
Well, jumping into the ocean is fine. You just dive into it. As long as you
I thought you said that it's like a hungry job death.
Well, I mean, it is.
Oh, okay.
But, like, you can still jump into it, and there's a chance you'll come out. Okay. Concrete is less forgiving.
Yeah, that's very true.
As long as you don't belly flop onto the ocean, your chances are pretty good of not dying.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Good to know. It's good knowledge.
Yeah, you want to dive in. I mean, unless you hit rocks underneath. Like, a lot of times when people drown cliff diving, it's because they've either hit rocks underneath or they get tumbled by a wave and can't make it up in time again to get a good breath, and then they get caught in a loop of getting tumbled, and then by the time you get out, you're dead.
Yeah.
But, so cliff dive carefully and only with well-experienced people that know where you're diving and, like, know all the ins and outs of the tides and everything, because usually it's the undercurrents that are going to pull you under, or if there's rocks underneath the water. That's why you never jump into water that you don't know what's underneath it. It's how people usually drown in lakes.
Unless there's already a friend in it, then you're obligated to jump on top of that friend.
Yeah, but that's also how people drown in lakes.
Well, at least you're going together.
Yeah, unless you kill your friend, and then you have to live with the guilt for the rest of your life, and then you'd kill yourself.
At least you'd be together.
Yeah, at least you'd be together.
This conversation is going nowhere. I remember that one time I got this random text from you, and it was, oh my fucking god, this lady in the car next to me.
Holy shit, I am so gay! I am so gay!
And I was like, tell me about this lady.
Okay, FYI, I'm not out to my family because that would not fly very well.
No,
like,
I'm so glad my parents aren't here.
Yeah, no, I'm not out to a lot of people. And
which is why we're not using names as well.
Yes, why we're not using it. I mean, I also have other reasons for not wanting people to know who I am, because I have half of my family is the kind of people that you hear about on the news. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I have. There's people that I don't want to be able to find me, because bad things would happen.
Oh.
Anyway, back to.
I'm sorry.
So what?
I can't protect you. I'm sorry. I'm a cupcake.
No, it's okay. I can protect myself. That's all that matters. I don't want to have to, but it's okay. But what was I saying? So I was on a cross country trip with my brother and my sister-in-law, neither of whom know I'm gay. Which I'm actually pan. Like, I have a boyfriend. Like, people are just beautiful and I can't handle it. But, like, also, I like I tend to generally like girls more than I like guys, even though they're so
pretty, they smell good, and they're soft,
and they're generally very nice, and they treat you with respect.
We have a level of 1 to L.
Yes.
On our holy fuck she's hot.
And L is like, you see her and you're just like you die.
Oh man.
Just like you
are gone. Like,
you have seen the face of a goddess.
Yep.
And just, yes. But and don't get me wrong, this boy I'm with right now,
he's so sweet.
I'm gonna marry him.
Yeah, he's cute.
He is I don't want to not know what he's doing for the rest of his life, and like I don't want to not be around him for the rest of my life, because I love him and I'm gonna protect him from everything and punch anyone who dares lay a finger on my cinnamon roll. Like, I'll fight a bitch. I stab a bitch.
Kidding either.
I'm not kidding.
She will fight you.
I've literally punched someone for him, so
she will fight. So, yeah, don't pick a fight with Nana. You can pick a fight with me. I'll lose. Actually, I won't, because
you don't. You do want me as a friend. You do not want me as your enemy,
nope.
Because you're
so terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna have to get my own hands dirty. Like, you'll ruin your own life, and you won't even realize it, and it's not going to be my fault, and you can't prove anything.
Yeah, right?
I literally tore my 7th and 8th grade classes apart because they were being stupid bitches.
Oh, of course.
But
we won't talk about that just in case. Yeah. Future. We're thinking of the future.
We're thinking of the future.
Yeah.
For once.
Just
for once!
for the once.
Yeah. What was I saying? Anyway, back to I'm very gay.
Back to
We never stop.
back-to-back episodes of I'm Very Gay coming up next on IMTV.
Yes! Oh my god, so this girl, we're like, okay, so give you a little bit of setting, we're driving through like farm fields, it's green and lush and everything.
Corn.
Not corn, no, we were in the eastern part of my state. No, oh my god, though, but it was just like
Farms that aren't corn.
farms that weren't corn. It was like fields of fresh wheat and vegetables and everything. All this like lush green and mountains in the distance. It's beautiful here. Also, it's like kind of near sunset, so it's like we're getting close. We're like nearly in golden hour, so it's like the sun's kind of setting. The clouds are all this beautiful. There's colors everywhere. The sun's slanting through the air. I'm sitting in the back seat, and I'm texting Elle and Gala because
What are we talking about?
I don't even know what we were talking about, but we were chatting in our group chat, and I happened to like look to the right of me and like glance at the car next to us. This girl she's in this like silver BMW or something. I don't know, the silver sports car, and she's like
BMWs.
And so it's like tinted windows, but you can still like see it through. She's wearing sunglasses, and she has like not like bleach blonde, but like dirty blonde hair, and it's all like smooth and slicked back and everything. And she's like tan and like probably like 25 to 30, something like that. But like she looks like a goddamn model, and not like a skinny stick of a model, but like she'd be on the cover of like an athletic magazine model, and she's like dressed to the nines. She's in this like sleeveless silver top thing, and I looked and my heart went doki doki, and I went, oh fuck, I'm so gay, and I literally lost the ability to like function for a solid 5 seconds, and when I regained the ability to think coherently, I texted Gala and Elle.
As one should. Fuck,
I am so gay.
And we were like, details.
And details. And so I like wax poetic about this girl in the car next to me. And I'm just gazing at her. And she's keeping pace with our car. For like 5 minutes, I got to see the face of beauty on the earth in the car beside me. And then at one point, she like sped up and got past us. And I was like, no. And I have to contain all this because my brother and sister-in-law are sitting in the front seat talking, and I'm having an existential crisis in the back because I'm so gay. And so, but the best part was when we sped up again, and she slowed down, which was the best part. She slowed down, and then we were beside each other, and like, she must have noticed me watching her at some point, because she slows down enough that she's slightly behind me, so I have to turn and gaze back at her, and we make eye contact. I can just tell that we've made eye contact through her shades, and she does the thing where she flicks her shades up so I can see her beautiful eyes, and then she does the head nod, tips her chin up at me, and flicks her glasses back down, and then floors it and speeds up and goes away, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm dead!
Nice drive.
This girl was flirting, she was flirting the heck back with me, and I died. And then we got to the next exit, and she turned off, and I will never see this girl again, and I am so in love. Like, I have been in love since that point, and that was like 4 years ago. Like, this mystery girl just swoops in her silver car, flicks her shades at me, gives me the flirty head nod, and then just drives off into the sunset with my heart.
I hope that she is highly successful, and I hope
she lives a good long life.
Very happy and lives a good long life.
All blessings to her, because like that was one of the points that like I knew I was gay before, but that was one of the points that would like drove that stake through my heart and was like, yeah, no, totes, you are as straight as a curly straw. Yeah. So that's me.
Okay.
I love that this podcast has just turned into us telling stories like about how terrible our lives are and about how gay we are.
We are pretty bad. Yeah, I worked up at the Mall of America for a while. And, you had a lot of weirdos, but sometimes
Sometimes.
People who work at Lush are very attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I usually avoid that store for that very reason, because I lose the ability to function.
But there's so... It's like walking into heaven.
Yeah.
And...
Tended to by angels.
I have good self-control, though, so...
I have very little self-control.
What?
Yeah, you wouldn't have guessed.
Oh.
No, I have very poor self-control, and I have a very hard time... I'm a good actress, but, like, I have a very hard time, like, keeping the gay contained, or just, like... I lose the ability to function normally when I'm in a room with attractive people. Like, doesn't matter who or what you are, don't matter what's in your pants. If
it
I
only
think
matters that you're hot.
It doesn't matter what's in your pants, it just matters that you're hot.
Yeah.
I said that. Okay, so funny story about that. I said it doesn't matter what's in my pants, it just matters that I'm hot. I said that line extremely loudly in the school cafeteria just as everyone stopped talking. So I had the entire cafeteria looking at me questioningly, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
In your defense, this isn't the first time that's happened.
Yeah. I have a very bad habit of... Okay, well, the last time I pulled an egg out of my pocket, and I got stuck with that for the rest of high school. So at least it wasn't that bad.
Egg.
It was a big green egg, by the way, too. A raw green egg. It was not cooked. I just forgot it in my pocket because
Where'd you get it from? A green chicken?
No, she was orange.
Oh.
She was orange with green legs, so her scales were green, so she laid green eggs.
Scales?
Chickens have scales on their legs.
Oh, okay. What was this chicken?
An experiment.
It's orange and it's got green scales as legs?
It's a dragon.
What is this?
No, but I went out.
The secret's out.
I closed up the chickens the night before, and I had my sweatshirt on, and I stuck the egg in my pocket because I was tired and I needed to bring the egg in, but then I forgot there was an egg in my pocket. So then when I hung up the sweatshirt and put it on the next morning, there was an egg in my pocket. I'm really glad it didn't squish because I fell asleep I curled up on my bus seat the next day, and then I got to class and I was like, I had put my hands in my pocket and I was really tired, and I was terrified of leaving my cell phone in my pocket because I didn't want to get it taken away, and I felt something in my pocket that I thought was my cell phone. So, like an idiot, I pull it out because I'm freaked out. Like, I have to make sure it's not my cell phone. So I pull it out, and it's a big green egg, and I just go, oh, it's just an egg, and I put it back in my pocket. But I happen to say that just as everyone's gone silent. This is in freshman choir, and my friend M, my friend Mac,
something in front of the choir class. It'll go everywhere.
Yeah, my friend Mac was sitting to the left of me. My friend Mitch was sitting behind me, and Mac just goes, "Was that an egg?" And I went, oh, yeah, and so I pull it out and tell the story and everything. By then, everyone's paying attention to me, and everyone's just like, we're 2 weeks into freshman year of high school, and I have now made a reputation for myself as the weird kid, which Mitch had gone to school with me for like 8 years, so she knew full well. She's hysterical at this point, and it took our teacher like a solid 10 minutes to get the class back under control. The best part was when we had a student come in, like, halfway through the class and ask if, like, hey, is this a class that someone found an egg in their pocket in? And it was great because the rest of the school by the end of the period knew that everything got on. And the principal came up to me and said, so I heard about the egg, and I start bawling. I'm like, I'm gonna get in trouble. I was like, I'm so sorry, it's in my locker. I didn't mean to bring it. He's like, no, you're fine. He said, I just thought that was funny. Why did you have an egg in your pocket? Like, even the teachers by this point are just like, yeah, it's Nana. It's about normal.
Makes sense.
Everything makes sense. Yeah, no, I literally have run around campus with candy taped to my face, and no one questioned anything.
That the teachers just at this point are like, same shit as always.
I mean, true. Yeah. Really. I mean,
just class is a matter of not what is going to happen, it's when and what is going to happen, because it will always happen, like, non-stop, every single time.
Yeah.
Don't know what is.
Don't know what's gonna happen, but it probably will at some point.
Probably will at some point.
Oh, did I tell you in high school that one of my teachers had a baby? And it was our teacher for journalism, and then
was
after
it an orange chicken with green legs?
It was not an orange chicken. Her name was Orangey because she was orange and she was beautiful.
Wait, was your teacher a cat?
No, the chicken. The chicken was named Orangey because she was orange, not the teacher or the baby. Okay. Oh conversations there. No, it was great because we had two big football boys in journalism with us, and my friend Rain and I were like juniors at the time, and these two big football boys, they were pretty good sweethearts and everything, like pretty nice.
I always felt weird, like watching like shows and like the football players were always the bullies because like maybe one was, but like 3/4 of the football players I ever met were just
big teddy bears.
Big teddy bears, and my brother was one of them.
Yeah. So was mine.
Yeah. There was actually one game, he got kicked out of the game because this kid had just been messing him. I told you about my sister punching a girl on the basketball court earlier. My family has temper issues when we play sports. We're very passionate. We're all 3 sport athletes. We all pour our hearts and souls into sports. And so my brother, my sweet, gentle brother,
do you want to know the
lead in 2 plays. Yes, I would. Lead in 2 plays. He played Beast in Beauty and the Beast, and then he was Curly in Oklahoma, and my brother can sing. But anyway, he's out on this football field, and next thing you know, you just see him. He gets down into position. My mom goes, "Oh no." And you just see him all of a sudden take off. And have you ever seen the Blind Side?
Yep.
It was pretty much that, except they didn't make it. They didn't make it to the fence because by that point my brother had flattened this kid straight, and this little bitch was on the ground crying. And he walked out of the game, and the next thing you know is all of a sudden people are standing up and they just... Yeah!
Applause.
And the next thing you know, the entire stadium has just erupted because they are so freaking tired of this other kid's shit.
Mm-hmm.
And my brother walked off the field a champion that day.
Bitches get stitches.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, so
I was the good one. I only punched one person.
Yeah. I only punched bullies, and I only got kicked out of PE for being too aggressive.
Aww.
And half the time it was not my fault. I just got blamed for it. No,
funny how that tends to happen.
No, but back to my football boys. So my teacher had her baby, and then she came back
orangey.
Yeah, the baby was not orangey, but yes. Adorable little baby. So she comes back to school, and we have like 2 months of school left at this point. So we're like kind of in crunch time with the school newspaper because we were trying to get this issue out and everything. Well, she brings the baby in. Baby's like maybe a month old. So little baby. Still new baby smell. The best smell in the world. New baby smell. I love new baby smell.
That's before they turn into terrors and traumatize your life forever.
Yeah, I love them. Anyway, so
I'm so glad.
She brings baby in. She was expecting, like, Ray and Em and I to be like, oh, cooing over the baby and, like, not getting any work done. Mm-hmm. No, it's these 2 big buff football boys. She brings baby in.
Yeah.
B? Yeah, he takes one look at the baby and just, like, is, like, gone. He is chattering at this baby. You can see pure love in his eyes. So both of them were, like, all over this, and B was like, can I hold her? And Mrs. S was like, sure, yeah, like, and showed him how to hold her and everything.
The goodest boys.
The goodest boy. He's holding her, and she's swaddled. She is dead sound asleep, and tiny little baby in big boy arms, and he's holding her and rocking her. He's singing to her. Kid has a nice voice, too. He's singing to her, and, like, he's holding her for, like, 15
Does he
minutes.
have a girlfriend?
Or a wife? I don't know. Well, things got complicated. He was engaged at one point, and then she broke up with him.
Does he like cartoons?
I don't know. I literally haven't talked to him in 5 years. He was not in my grade. He was one of the...
Wingman! I need you!
I can wingman for you.
I don't bring a nice, big guy with a gentle heart home in the next 2 years. My mother... will go find one for me.
Oh, jeez. No.
And I don't need that.
No.
Because...
he's also from the West Coast.
Yeah, I
But
mean...
no, but
it doesn't help that I'm, like, bi as fuck.
Yes.
But, yeah.
But the best part of
I
it...
can double bat.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
The best part of it was the fact that, like, at one point, Mrs. S was like, okay, like, can I have my baby back? And
No.
he just, literally, he looked up at her, looked down at the baby, looked up at her again, and went, no, I'm keeping her. And then walks out the classroom. He literally left! He literally left, and we're all sitting there, and Mrs. S is like, did he just steal my baby?
Yes.
And we're like, yeah, I think he did. And he literally was gone for 5 minutes, and then he came back and was like, okay, she's hungry, she needs to eat, and I don't have a bottle for her, so you can have her back. And it was just like, it was the purest interaction, and Rain was just like, okay guys, we really need to get this issue done. Oh my gosh. Like, the baby will still be there. We just need to write this thing. You can coo over the baby later. Because she's very, like, cool, calm, and collected, and, like, she was like, okay, yeah, it's a baby and everything, but she's like, guys, get your shit together. You can have one of these after high school, but for right now, we need to get our things done.
One of these.
It's like, oh, it's one of these. And,
did I ever tell you why I don't care for kids?
Oh, no.
Well, you see, I helped out my parents out at Christian Bible school during the summer. And you see, I was helping one of my parents' teacher friends give snacks to the little children.
Oh.
And so the little kids got gummy worms. And
I drank almost this entire bottle by myself.
Liquor. And
I'm not even buzzed!
The big kids got hard lifesavers.
Oh.
I have seen the wrath of God, and it is in the eyes of preschoolers who want lifesavers and not gummy bears.
Oh, geez.
Thankfully, this teacher saw my predicament. You know, they were all circled around. There was no escape. I was going to die. They were going to murder me for my gummy center. And they crowd around me. She comes flying around the corner, bursts into the thing, and she goes, you get what you get, and you will not complain. And you should have seen these little kids go, scatter, 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 scatter. But I will never forget that experience because I have seen the eyes of Satan.
And they're in the face of 4-year-olds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of unruly children.
Oh, jeez.
Are you ready for some angst? So the entire point of this...
Hey, this is what we're getting to.
How long did it take?
Oh, we're only at an hour and 2 minutes.
Oh, Jesus. Same time as the last podcast. So you could split it and we could do a podcast on the other...
Sure thing. So do we want to...
No, I mean, we could, like, you know where it is. We can just keep recording.
Yeah, I mean, I want to stop, or, yeah, we can just keep going.
Oh, no, if you want to stop and save it, so we have, like, that was our story time thing.
This is our story time. Story time.
Story time.
Thank you, Thomas Sanders, for being in our lives. We are genuinely grateful.
Genuinely grateful. I love him with every fiber of my being.
Gosh, he's so amazing.
He's so amazing. He's one of the reasons why... he's one of the reasons and ways that, like, I came to terms with and was, like, became very comfortable with, like, myself, like, not being straight. And, like, he made me feel good about myself, like, and things like that, just because he's so good and pure.
Is he with Joan?
I have no idea. I honestly don't know what's, like, happening, mostly because I just, like, see, he comes up on my dash, and I'm like, of course you.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I hope he's happy with whoever he's with.
Because I know he's really good friends with Joan, but
yeah,
I don't know if they're or not. Yeah, because he's always missing Joan.
Yes.
Joan's always far away.
Yeah.
Sound familiar?
Sound familiar? Yes.
Miss Washington.
Yes. West Coast, Best Coast. Okay, so we should end this session, and then we will begin another one.
All right, so we're going to end this by saying thank you to Thomas Sanders.
For existing.
And just being a wonderful person and human.
Yeah.
And that's where we're going to end it.
We'll drink to that.
We will drink to Thomas Sanders.
Do we have a name for this podcast yet?
No. We should come up with a name.
Well, Hopefully by the time this airs, we'll have figured out a name.
We're fucked.
Oh shit, we're fucked.
Yeah. No, that's a terrible name.
we might get flagged for that. Well, hopefully by the time you hear from us again, we will have figured out a name for this shit show.
We're flagged for much more than just the title.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like we're monetizing this, though, so...
No.
Because I don't have enough viewers for monetization, so...
Yeah.
I was like, well, fuck you, YouTube, and I was like, I'm gonna do this anyway. So, yeah.
Alrighty. Well,
we'll see you in the next one, where we talk about children and angst.
And death.
Which children will we be talking about?
Oh, well, we'll be hearing from our disaster children from My Hero Academia again.
Whoa!
More disaster children. See you next time!
See you next time. Kisses!
Mwah. This is Nana.
This is GollaGeek.
See you later!